pipoca, gente. Vai ser rápido, ó. Pega uma pipoca, uma bolacha, um quitutes. Pega aí o que você gosta de assistir. De assistir não, de comer. E bora assistir. Porque vai ser muito legal. Eles estão começando aí, ó. 2 minutinhos. Para começar. E assim, vai ser lançado. Eu não sei qual é a config. Não sei qual que é a config desse jogo. Preciso procurar sobre. Porque dependendo da config, não roda no meu PC também, né? Mas quem dera eu poder ter o Play 5 até a data do lançamento desse jogo. Ia ser incrível. Incrivelmente incrível.
Wands at the ready, State of Play is back with an in-depth look at the magic brewing in Hogwarts Legacy.
Tomara que tenha legenda em português, né? Vai, Corinthians. Cadê vocês comentando, galera? Só tô eu. Vamos ver. A Avalanche tá fazendo o game. Parte Games, Wizard World.
Lumos.
Nossa, mano.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Mano, olha esse cenário. Olha esse castelo.
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Bem-vindo a
You're a new
Hogwarts
student at the
Legacy.
famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic
Wow.
hidden in the
O
wizarding
espelho
world.
mágico.
You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind,
Olha
as you may be the
ele.
one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world. But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or
A
wizard you
gente vai
want to
conseguir
be.
criar o nosso personagem. É isso que eles estão falando.
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4
E a gente
Hogwarts
vai
houses:
escolher as
Gryffindor,
casas.
Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. After you
Wow.
settle into your dormitory,
Wow.
you will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you are starting Hogwarts late. as a
Detalhe,
fifth
vai
year.
ser mundo
So
aberto.
you are the new student.
Ah, então
You'll
você é
begin
o
your
novo...
studies attending charms, defense against the dark
Vai ter
arts,
aulas
herbology, and
de
potions classes,
herbologia,
to
de
name
aula
a
de
few.
poção.
Ah, hello.
Oi,
Class,
olá.
Please
Classe.
welcome the newest
Por
rose in our
favor,
garden.
deem boas-vindas a...
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But
Wow,
I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling.
Tem como praticar duelo.
Time for a proper
Será
Hogwarts
que vai ser
welcome.
online, crossover? Ó, eles vão praticar duelo aí.
You may begin.
Nossa, mano.
Not bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets,
Caramba.
enchantments, and mysteries.
Olha, a gente vai poder usar pela escola. É mundo aberto, então a gente consegue. Olha, vai ter puzzles. Aí, ó, puzzles. Muito top. Portas mágicas,
You may even
entendeu?
find yourself in iconic locations
Olha,
you've never been
Dobby.
able to explore before.
Dobby é um elfo livre. Que jogo.
It's the late 1800s,
Salve,
so while the
Shake.
common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
Olha, eu falei dele ontem. O cara sem cabeça, mas ele tá com cabeça.
Right there with them. Suffering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. Ones designed to help you catch up with the other fifth
A
years
gente vai ter que
at your
aprender
own
esses
speed.
feitiços tudo aí, ó. Vai andar de vassoura, vai ter aula de vassoura. Lumos é luz, né? Alguma coisa assim.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have.
Olha.
Opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Será que a gente vai ir no beco diagonal? A gente vai beber cerveja manteigada? O cara sem cabeça não está com cabeça.
capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force,
Olha, vai ter
powerful
inimigos.
goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals.
A gente vai lutar
In
com não
fact, there's an
mágicos.
uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade.
É, ele é do mal.
But all you needed was a
Mas ele é de
distraction.
Gringotts.
I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Será que ele vai ter em português também? Nossa, olha esse cenário. Vai ter magia de reparar. Mano, que top, olha isso. Vai ter os poderzinhos tudo. Ai, mano, eu vou querer
Enemies
muito
possess
jogar esse
unique
jogo.
defensive and offensive abilities,
Oh,
including
gigante.
blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack
vou ser tipo
directly,
Hermione, super
others might
estudiosa.
enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Defenders! Oppose them!
Counterattack with powerful stunning
Nossa.
charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.
Mano,
Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
mano, que da hora. Será que a dublagem vai ser boa quanto em inglês, hein? Ó, vai ter como... Mano, os caras já jogou esse jogo, velho. Ó, eles estão mostrando ali o gameplay, tá vendo?
Slam with Descendo.
Lá,
Roast with Incendio.
ó, incendiário.
Devastate your enemies using various finishes.
Várias finalizações,
You can
ó.
even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes. Mixing and matching
Salve,
dozens of
Márcio.
spells will
A
let
gente
you
já vai
define
começar
your
já, daqui a
combat style.
pouquinho.
On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Ó, Ultimate R1. Ali, ó. Mano, jogar no controle vai ser essencial. Ai, Jesus. Me dá condição de ter um Play 5.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and
Talentos e
spells,
habilidades.
you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents
Olha.
and skills to aid your progression as a
Vai
wizard.
poder
Complete challenges
upar nossas
throughout the
coisas.
world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic.
Estudar, fazer as
You can
missõezinhas
also
pra
loot,
upar o nosso
buy,
personagem.
or craft your own magical gear.
E dá pra
That will
gente
increase
pegar.
your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat.
Olha aí.
Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Ai, a gente vai poder preparar poção, herbologia, criaturas mágicas.
Spells are not the only
Eu parei
tools
numa
at your
parte sem
disposal
achar a
in combat.
Siri. Não
As
consegui
you
passar
hone your
dessa
wand
parte e
skills,
parei.
you can continue to
Sério?
further your magical education at
É tão
Hogwarts,
legal.
progressing your development as a
Eu ainda
witch
tô
or
procurando a
wizard.
Siri.
Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Mano.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
Ah, a gente pode usar eles
In
contra os
Beast Class, you
inimigos.
will learn about a variety of
bichinhos.
magical beasts you might encounter, both at school
Eu
and as you
quero
explore the
desse.
world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today
Eu
is to
quero
remind
daquele, a
all
gente vai
of
poder
you
virar de
how to maneuver on a
vassoura.
broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your
A gente
friends.
pode fazer amigos.
As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on
E
your
fazer
journey as your
amizades.
companions.
E nosso...
And over time, you'll learn their stories.
A gente vai poder fazer amizade pra eles ajudar a gente, entendeu?
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
What happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules
Sneaking in the restricted section again!
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Hufflepuffs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family
Eles
secret.
estão falando sobre
The
as
sooner you accept
famílias.
that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Ó,
Welcome
sala
to the room of requirement.
requirement. Não sei a tradução de requirements.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement.
Ah, é a sala do... Eu lembrei, é a sala
You're
dos
introduced to this
desejos.
space that seems to
Da
sense what
necessidade,
you
alguma
need
coisa assim.
and then provides it for you.
Olha, eles estão mostrando, ó. Pra
Since you
gente
need to catch
interagir vai
up to
ser
your peers,
quadrado.
the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear.
Ah, legal. Legal. Ai,
A
tem
helpful
essa
house
sala
elf
também.
named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie
Sala
of magical
precisa.
beasts.
What is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can
Salve,
freely
Epi,
customize
boa
this space to
tarde.
reflect your personality and magical
Ai, a
specialties.
gente pode fazer uma vila? Como assim? Uma casa pra gente? O castelo.
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require.
Eu quero andar nesse trem.
From
A gente
potion
vai poder
ingredients and recipes to
comprar...
seeds for magical plants to all sorts of gear.
Interessante.
But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the village outskirts.
Oscar.
You must avoid them or defeat them.
Top.
As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year
Interessante. Vai ter
progresses,
mudança de
dynamic seasons and
tempo.
climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain.
Interessante.
Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside,
Mano, vai ser um jogo
each
completo,
with
pelo que eu
vendors
tô
and residents who
vendo.
have stories to
Vai ter
tell,
muita coisa.
and missions with which they could use your assistance.
Ah, vai ter missão extra.
Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student
Será
at
que vai ter o
Hogwarts.
Hagrid? O Hagrid é tão fofo.
Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle
criaturas
walls.
mágicas.
Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement.
Aí, ó, as criaturas
But
mágicas
there are
aprenderam
dangers
ali.
beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards.
Legal, tô gostando.
Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Olha, vai ter esse poder. A gente vai conseguir matar
Master
as pessoas.
spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen
Ai, o
before.
hipogrifo.
Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or
Será que vai
wizard
ter
you
o
want to
Harry?
be as you
Podia.
leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Here,
And
in Hogwarts Legacy.
Mano. Vamos. Holiday 2022. No Natal desse ano?
That was your first extended look at Hogwarts Legacy. Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
Oi.
The attention to detail and the passion and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to
Eles vão
take
falar
all of the love that they put into this as
time de
fans
criação do
and give it to
jogo.
fans.
This is the
É
game
jogo
that
de fã
they've
pra
dreamed
fã.
of for 20 years.
Esse jogo é sonhado por muitos longos 20 anos. Meu técnico tá melhor da enxaqueca? Tá melhor.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already
A
so
lore
rich,
de...
and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way. Like, it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts. It makes me put in so much more detail into
E
this
eles
game.
colocaram as casas, vocês perceberam? De cada um dos criadores. E
We
isso
really
significa
want
que
to make
eles
sure
são
that
fãs
anything we add,
do
or anything
game,
we play with, or anything that we
do
explore
livro, do filme.
really feels
Olha lá, a
authentic.
casa
Bringing
dele,
to
ó.
life just the charm,
Grifinória.
love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is
Mano,
really
essa
just the perfect
sala.
handshake between the two. Just the discovery of like,
cenários
seeing
estão
things
muito
portrayed for
trabalhados.
the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all of these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there.
Queria saber
But the
mais
final
inglês.
question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south?
Wow.
And we just felt like we had to answer those questions. We were creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really
Você pode
exclusive
fazer
to
diferentes
who you were
histórias.
in the world.
Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
É,
You are a new
1980.
student who is starting at
Você é
the famed School of
estudante.
Witchcraft and Wizardry as a fifth year, which is very unusual. So
cinco
already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, in the Wizarding world that you haven't seen before.
Or make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding world from, the 1900s and on, really. But now, with this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's
A
their
gente vai ter
own.
Dobby ali. A gente vai ter Dobby.
Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a
Ah lá, esse daí
long
vai ser do
time, to say the
mal? Não é
least, and
possível.
that Hogwarts itself
Ele
is
é
a
só
stronghold of
cara lá
ancient
de
magic.
Gringotts.
And the avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our
Vai ter
process of development
sensibilidade.
started with
No
rereading the
controle
books.
ali.
And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we start with a new feature, we dig into that.
Mano, vai ser muitas horas de jogo, hein? Aquela sala que a gente destrói a Horcrux.
Being able to put our own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal.
Lufa.
I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room. You know, as a Hufflepuff, you always wonder, like, what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names.
Esse jogo
they'll recognize spells. They'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway. I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new wizarding world that no one's ever experienced.
Olha os detalhes.
When people engage in the wizarding world, what's the one anchor? Like, what's the thing that everyone comes back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these figures? And for us, we really felt like that answer was Hogwarts itself. That school, that famous school of witchcraft and wizardry, is really what binds it all.
How to bring Hogwarts to life. That was a very big challenge because, as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game, because you're going to have to walk it.
And of course, again, the Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets
Os quadros vão interagir, você viu?
Castle.
We recreate those very important locations. And then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to, and we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Having a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community is absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's going to be so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts Legacy.
Esse é o seu Hogwarts Legacy. Seu legado Hogwarts. Wow. Acabou.
We truly hope you enjoyed the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
Obrigada, viu? Eu que agradeço.
That's our show. We hope you're excited for the magic to come. See you next time.
See you next time. Ok, tchau, querida. Pra resumir, eu achei magníficos cenários. Cenário, personagem, a gente vai conseguir criar o nosso personagem. A riqueza de detalhes, tipo, Hogwarts. E tá incrível. As aulas, eles conseguiram colocar as aulas de poção, de arte contra o negócio das trevas, tudo. Muito, muito incrível, cara. Não falou data, eu só vi ali um spoiler num trecho ali falando Holiday 2022. Se for Holiday 2022, gente, Holiday é fim de ano. É Natal de 2022. Dezembro. Quero esse jogo pra ontem. Vai, lança logo.